Hey guys, and welcome back to my NCAA Road to Glory with our quarterback Chum Lee. This is going to be our first off-season recap. This year was our first year playing. Last year we sat on the bench the whole year. This year we started 6 games, I think, and played in 7. Just at the end of one game when we were winning by a lot. But I thought we could just go over the stats that we got this year, what's going to happen in the off-season, see who graduates, as well as maybe some commitments and maybe some people on our new team for next year. So let's start off with our awards. We are the highlight of this series, of course. We had a 143.6 quarterback rating, which isn't that bad for first few games. We had about a 61.1% completion rating with 1,679 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 140 yards a game, which we need to get up. Like, we had a pretty average season at best, I would say, and we need to improve next year, definitely. Read options are pretty broken in this game, I would say, so we had about a 7 yards per rush. I think I finally earned the ability to switch plays, and definitely when read options come up, I'm going to be switching a bunch of them just to passing plays, because I don't think we should have had 80 rushing yards in, 6 games. Like, that's not realistic at all. Definitely gonna need to cut out. Like, we had a 50 rushing yards a game. Not too terrible, but still a little bit more than I would like to have with 6 rushing touchdowns. So I guess next we can get into the team that we have and what the seniors that we're going to be leaving. Now, on the offense, we are very lucky. We only have 3 linemen are the only people leaving. So we have Tyrus Thompson, a 91 overall. Looks like Derek Farnoik most likely will be back starting next year. Then we have left guard Adam Sheed. It looks like nope, not him actually. He's also a senior, but Adam Sheed or Shed, I don't know how he pronounces it, but he's going to be leaving this year, and we'll have to see how our backup does next year, especially since we have 2 left guards. That is not good. At right tackle, we have Darrell Williams, who's also 91 overall. He is in his final year. Looks like, oh, never mind, I thought Josiah St. John might be able to take over, but same thing with him. He's also a senior. I don't know why we have 2 of our 4 seniors at playing 2 positions. That was not very good by our staff in the past few years. We'll have to see who replaces them next year. Now, on the defense, we're going to have pretty much half a new defense. Our left end, Chuka Ndole, that is a very difficult name to pronounce, and I guarantee I got it wrong. 89 overall, he's going to be leaving this year. We have Charles Tapper, another 89 overall. He is also going to be leaving. We have 1 defensive tackle in Taria Peterson. He's an 87 overall. He's going to be leaving, but we do have Jordan Phillips coming back, which is pretty good. And our right outside linebacker also is going to be leaving, Aaron Franklin, 84 overall. Don't really know who's going to be there next year, but we will see that at the start of the next season. We have 1 corner, Cortez Johnson. He's going to be leaving. Zach Sanchez will be the new starter. And for free safety, I thought this was really just weird. All 3 of our free safeties on this depth chart are all leaving, including Dimitri Flowers, who was an All-American this year. I think our only All-American, but we're going to go into that in a little bit too. So yeah, free safety, I don't know how we ended up with 3 free safeties a few years ago, but that's going to be, I hope we have some backups coming in soon. Strong safety, no, we don't have anyone here. And our kicker and punter, Michael Hunnekun and Jed Barnett, are also going to be leaving, so I hope the management staff has been prospecting some upcoming freshmen so that we can see them soon. I'm not going to look at this really, but so I guess next we can go into the final top 25, and as you might have noticed, we dropped out of the top 25 with our loss against Florida in the bowl game, so we are not in the top 25. Wisconsin actually went up from 2 last week to 1 this week with their win over Alabama. They were undefeated this year. We have Stanford, Alabama, and you could just look at this list. Unfortunately, we are not on this. I guess we look at the media. I don't really know why there's the media or what this has anything to do, because it's pretty much the same list. Don't think there's anything different on this list. Alright, so now we can look at conference standings. I'm only going to look at Big 12 because that's our conference. Don't really care about the other conferences. We had Texas leading the way. They were 10th in the top 25, 10-3, so only one more win than us, but they did win. They were 8-1 against all the opponents. I think we might have been their only loss, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't really remember quite well. We had TCU. They were ahead of us most of the season. They are now under us. You have these other teams. We're the Big 12, even though we only have 10 teams. But, you know. Alright, next we can get into some All-Americans. And I think our only All-American, you can just look at these guys. I'm just going to breeze through pretty quickly, but we did have free safety, Dimitri Flowers. He got the All-American, so good for him. We're going to have to check out his stats. He came in on a passing play, which is the reason I only know him from the defense, but we'll have to look at his stats. On the second team, I think we also... No, we don't have anyone here. Quickly look through this. Lots of teams with 2 players. On freshmen, we do have someone. We do have Keith Ford, All-American freshman. It's pretty good. I hope he takes over for Alex Ross, because I just felt that Keith Ford was a better player in the time that he spent, and when he was a backup, he just wasn't doing as well, but when he was in starter, he was doing a lot better. So I hope that he can see some time in the rest of this series. Let's look at everyone else here. And that's about it. Now we're going to look at the All Big 12. We had a bunch of players. Alex Ross, our left guard, Shed, who's going to be leaving this year. We had Daryl Williams, Charles Tapper, Jordan Phillips, who's going to be returning next year. We have Frank Shanahan also going to be returning. Dimitri Flowers, of course. Mike Honeycutt also. To the second team, some other players. Tyrus Thompson. So pretty much all 3 of the guys we're losing on the offensive line. We're all pretty good, apparently. So that's a bummer. We had our backup middle linebacker also make the list. Aaron Franklin as well. Cortez Johnson. And Tari Bird. I hope we also get back too. And our punter. So pretty good special teams, I didn't even realize. Next we can look at some of the awards. I don't think we had anyone on this list anywhere, so Maxwell Award goes to Blake Sims. He also won the Walter Camp Award with 3,500 receiving yards and 57 total touchdowns, so good for him. Bednarik Award, Ifo Ekpreolumo. Lots of players, there's names I just absolutely cannot pronounce. Nagurski Award goes to Bradley Bozeman. The O'Brien goes to Kyle Allen. The Walker to Royce Freeman. The Biletnikoff goes to Ball Turner. The Mackey goes to Eric Frohnapple. Frohnapple, that's a pretty interesting name. From Marshall, the Outland Award goes to Casey Tucker. The Remington, I don't know why I can't say this. Remington goes to Austin Barron. The Lombardi goes to Bradley Bozeman. The best linebacker, what a great name for an award, goes to Quan Alexander. The Thorpe goes to Ifo Eker, the guy from before, basically. The Groza goes to Offren Rameshes, and the Ray Guy Award goes to Tyler Newsome. And the best returner was Shaq Davidson. Now I'm just going to quickly just breeze over the bowl results. I'm not even going to look at really any specific ones. Just coming down here. We of course lost 31-9, and Wisconsin beating Alabama 42-35 for the BCS National Championship. It's not set up like in real life where there was a playoff, but I don't feel like modding the game to do that. So now we can look at some season stats. Definitely want to look at some of the defensive stats because I really haven't been paying attention. We ended up having a better rating than Blake Bell, so it was good that we came in when we did. But I'm going to switch this to Big 12. Okay, so as far as rating goes, we were actually the 4th best in terms of QBR rating, so pretty good. Only 1,600 yards. Leading, let's see who led yards was Paul Miller, to be expected from a team that passes like every single down. Most touchdowns was David Ash. And, well, we're actually on here for a pretty low amount of interceptions. Or, I guess we're midway through. the amount of interceptions. Didn't have the greatest touchdown interception ratio, but yards per game is something that we're going to need to get up somehow. Here's Bryce Petty. Not a lot of yards for him, but somehow still had a pretty good season. But Blake Bell even had less than us, so definitely going to be looking to pass more in a few years, or in the next year, I mean. Third best completion percentage out of anyone. Pretty good. Let's look at some rushing stats. Ishmael Zamora, most yards. Over 3 players over 1,000. Let's look at average. We had the best average, like I was saying before. Gonna look to cut down on the read options. Most touchdowns was Jonathan Gray. Longest was Alex Ross on our team, actually. Didn't know that. We had the 4th longest run. Ishmael Zamora averaging over 103 yards per game. Let's see some receiving stats. Just Curry Sexton with lots of catches, lots of yards. Tyler Lockett with the best average. Chris Nelson, Jarvis West. Lots of players with over 10 touchdowns. That's good to see. At least for them, that is. Buck Jones, 89-yard reception. Longest one. Curry Sexton just had a pretty good year. Definitely the best receiver in our division. Nothing really to look at with blocking. Defensive, Jonathan Truman, most tackles. Let's look at some sacks. Demetrius Alston with 9.5 sacks. Not a lot of players with over 5 sacks. I'm pretty surprised. Here's Jordan Phillips with 5. Interceptions, Kevin White, 6 interceptions. Yeah, not a lot of players with interceptions either. Dimitri Flowers with 3. Here's our guy. Longest interception return. Yeah, Frank Shanahan. Shannon, I should say. That 98-yard return was absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure that's now the record in this game, at least. With 98 yards. I thought it was 99, but I guess he stepped out on the 2 when he intercepted that. So the forced fumbles, 5 for Kevin White. He had a pretty good year. And 4 recovered for Zach Allen. Didn't even force one himself. 1 safety in our division. Not that amazing. Frank Shannon. I'm pretty sure he was on the All-American, now that I remember. Yeah, definitely after getting 2 defensive touchdowns, that 98-yard return, he was definitely one of our top defensive players. Kicking. Oh no. Okay, the game lagged a little bit there. Michael Honeycutt had the best average in our division. Only missed 1 field goal, and he had a long of 50, so definitely see why he won the kicking award. See about punting. And Jed Barnett had the best average, as to be expected. So yeah, that's about it. Maybe we can actually go back into this, see some top stats around the league. Let's quickly go back. Not gonna go super in depth with this. Mark Leal, with the only player with over a 200 passer rating. He had a pretty good year. Let's see. Top yards, 5,151 yards from Rakeem Cato. 46 touchdowns from Alex Woodall, with Kyle Allen pretty close behind with 45. Lots of players with over 40 touchdowns. Let's see who the most interceptions, Neil Berkman. And he's going to be coming back next year, so hopefully they probably want him to play a little bit better. 371 yards a game. That is amazing. Shane Harden. Lots of players over 300. That is impressive. Highest completion percentage is probably someone who didn't play a lot. Oh no, Mark Leal. How much? 72% completion percentage. Definitely why he has a 207 rating. Let's see about rushing. 1,556 yards from John Lee, and I don't even know how to say that name, but he was only 2 yards behind. Best average, we were right behind TJ Yeldon for average, so yeah, read options are gonna have to cut down. Royce Freeman had 18 touchdowns. The longest run was 91 yards by the guy we also cannot pronounce his name. And a bunch of players over rushing, lots of players with over 100 rushing yards a game. Let's see, what else? Most 20-yard And well, of course, we dominated the league in rushes of more than 20 yards with 10 in only 6 games. Yeah. Read options are a little bit broken, I would say. Let's go to receiving. 2,202 yards for Cedric Thompson. Best average of Ryan Timmons with 21.4. Most receiving was Paul Turner. Longest reception of 89 to Buck Jones. Pretty sure we should have a guy up here somewhere. Or I don't know. Average yards a game, 169 for Cedric Thompson. That is just very impressive. Let's go to defensive. Most tackles to David Mayo. Sylvester Hayes with only 11 sacks. I would expect more players to have a little bit more sacks than this, but I guess it is only 12. A 12-game season, so I guess I'm expecting a little bit too much. Chris Davis with 10 interceptions from Troy. That is pretty good for him. That'll definitely boost up his stats. No one on here we're going to recognize, really. Longest interception return, Salamo Fiso actually did get a 99-yard interception return. If I'm not mistaken, the record was like 80-something yards, so I guess the game just wanted that to be broken. I mean, look at how many people broke that. I actually thought Frank Shanahan, or I keep saying Shanahan, I thought Frank Shanahan would have that record, but I guess he did not. Most forced fumbles, Kevin White with his amazing season. 5 recovered for Travis Freeney. Guess we can just look at, oh, every single time I go to kicking it lags a little bit. It's strange. Longest field goal, 56 from Stuart Williams, and Austin Ramesh with the best field goal percentage with Mike Hunnicutt right behind him. I'm wondering why he did not win the award when he had basically the exact same thing with a longer one. Mike Hunnicutt probably kicked a lot more short field goals, which I don't know. I would argue to say that Mike Hunnicutt should have been the best. I don't know. Will Monday with the best return yards, punting. Don't really care about that. Sorry. So I guess we can advance the week and see what happens to our team. Are you sure you want to advance? Of course I do. There's nothing left to do. Okay, we are now in the off season. We can oh, wait. Nope, this is not the off season. I am mistaken. It just went through the off season, so we're in week 1 now. We have a bye. Let's just see how our team changed. I'm surprised it didn't show like anything. I guess I probably should have known from last year. Of course, we're gonna be the starter. We're now a junior now. We have Trevor Knight backing us up, as well as Cody Thomas. Halfback Alex Ross has won out the starting job, with Keith Ford right behind, even though he's the All-American. I don't know. Charles Berry is still third, and we have freshman Josh Thomas. Maybe we'll see a little bit of him. We brought in Philip Smith, so I don't know what happened to Keith. I don't even know what his name was actually. Ross. I don't know what happened to, but now we don't have 2 Rosses on the field. I'm pretty excited about that. Philip Smith is he's like 20 overall points better, so it's a pretty good move. We have Derek Woods, is a senior now. We have a senior in Sterling Shepard. We have a senior in Deron Neal. And Donald Ostrander, Nick Wilson, and Ron Gallagher. This is pretty much the same lineup as last year. We have 3 starting seniors. That's going to be interesting at wide receiver. We have Taylor McNamara going to be coming back. He's now a 91 overall. Chad Concepcion is going to be backing him up. So for our new left tackle, we have Derek Farniok, like we saw before, 89 overall. Pretty happy that's going to be. We're going to have no pretty much change in position there. For left guard, we did downgrade a little bit to Eric Downs. We're going to have to see how that's going to affect our run game in the future. Center still the same at Ty Darlington. And our right guard is still the same too with Neela Kesiate. I need to learn these names really bad. And at right tackle, we now have senior Deontay Savage. So I hope the front office is getting some players in, because I think out of the players that we lost on the line, two of them were just replaced with seniors, and one of them is a sophomore. So we definitely need to get a little bit of a younger line going forward to have some playing time and get them up there. Our new left end is Sam Grant, a junior. He's pretty good. Right end, we now have Michael Anoha, 87 overall. We still have Jordan Phillips coming back. I hope he has an amazing season. He has a 96 overall. And Jordan Wade will be taking the vacant spot from last year. We have Londell Taylor. I think this is a new guy, actually. I don't remember him being here, maybe. I don't know. And PJ Lindley and Frank Shannon are, of course, returning. Frank Shannon should be the starter. I don't know what's going on here. These All-Americans are on the backup, which just doesn't make any sense. Dominique Alexander, I'm just tripping over every word, will be the starting right outside linebacker. At corner, Zach Sanchez, just like I said, moved up. And Baker Mayfield, we should see a little bit more of Stanvon Taylor. I think we saw a little bit of Baker Mayfield last year. Just a little bit. So for free safety, we only have one, looks like, on the roster, and that's Jermaine Corbett, 81 overall. I don't know why we had 3 seniors. That was just weird. And Hatari Bird will be returning for his junior season. Kicker, we now have Jimmy Clark, 61 overall. Like, I don't understand why teams, like, at least bring in like a kicker and a punter to like redshirt. I don't understand why they don't do that. But we did get a pretty good punter, Chris Williams. Like, if they just redshirted these guys, like let's say they came in last year and redshirted them, they would be just a lot better. Just get them that extra year. Our starting kick returner will still be Jerron Neal, but we have 3 guys who could basically do it, or all of our 3 starting wide receivers, so we can throw them in there. And punt returner is the exact same thing. Chris Williams will be kicking off, and Ty Darlington will be the long snapper. That's pretty interesting. Just look at the new team. I don't know. Let's see, what else can we look at here? Nothing really. I guess we can look at our schedule, but I don't think we actually have a schedule. Or at least I don't know how to find the schedule. Look at Conference Outlook, maybe? Or not maybe, but I want to look at it. Looks like we're going to be 3rd. Or they're predicting we'd be 3rd. I want to see the schedule. I want to see if there is a schedule, but I don't think there is. I really don't think there is. I think if we click... Oh, we can't even click on the buy thing, but I don't know how to find the schedule. But we'll just take it as it comes. We are ranked number 22. I just noticed that. So we are back in the top 25. We must have had a pretty good recruiting class, or some new backups or something. I don't know why we came back up, but we did, so it's pretty nice. Alabama's back on top. Let's see, what are we ranked? We're down here. A+ overall, that's good. We have an A+ offense now. I think this switched, because last year we had the 99 defense and like a 92 offense. Now it's switched pretty much. So we now have a pretty good offense. Not the greatest defense, but still a pretty good defense. And our special teams is but awful. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this off-season video. And actually we can look at this. I just started to sign off the video, but let's look at this. Let's see, do we have anyone on here? Frank Shannon is back. I don't know if he was first team. No, he was not. Frank Shannon is now a first team, or projected to be a first team All-American. That's pretty good. That is not bad. Let's see, do we have any second teamers? Nope, no one here. Let's just quickly look at Big 12, who they're expecting to do good on our team. Alex Ross, of course. Ty Darlington. Jordan Phillips, they're projecting. These are pretty just standard guys that were here last year and coming back. Donald Ostrander. They're projecting Donald Ostrander to be... That is very strange. They're projecting him to be a second team All Big 12 when he's our 4th rated wide receiver. That is just really strange. Nila Kasete, I don't know. They're projecting him to do pretty good. Dominique Alexander, PL Lindley. I'm pretty sure I've been saying PJ this whole time. That's wrong. PL Lindley. I think he was here last year. Zach Sanchez, they're projecting to be pretty good, and Tortari Bird. That was pretty good. Looks like we're gonna have some pretty good players. Did they even show? They don't show freshmen because the freshmen haven't played. I'm so stupid. Yeah, but that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the off season, and we'll be coming back with week 2 against whatever team I end up playing. So catch you then. Goodbye.